Okay, guys, I'm really sorry that I lost you. I've done this before. The internet is really bad down here. So, just a second ago, I'm talking to wait for people to get on, but I just want to update you on what I just did. I did 1 pump of my resin and 1 pump of the hardener, just like epoxy, which yields approximately 2 ounces. Hey, Ashley, I'm so sorry my Wi-Fi disconnected. So now I'm on just like normal LTE. No, Ashley, I don't have the UPC code. Type in MPI wood shape or something, but I know it's MPI, and it should come up on Walmart. So, Jerry, they have Michigan. They have Michigan online, so go shop on the Walmart website and buy them online. I know that they have them there. Yeah, Dana, I use this art resin on my tumblers too. I just switched to it this past week. Okay, so what I wanted to show you a second ago before I lost y'all is this gold right in here, the copperish gold. And once you put the resin on it, look at how beautiful it turns. See, it really like brings it to life, makes it super pretty. See, Jerry, I have Michigans here, and I bought them online because they only sell your state in your state. Like, they're not going to sell Florida here in Maryland, you know? So, I had to buy all these states off of the Walmart website, which saves a lot of time anyway. It's a minimum order of 2 items, but it's so worth it because then, like, once you do one, you're like, oh my god, I want to do another one anyway. Yanera, if you mean after you're done epoxying it and you get the drips and stuff on it, is that if that's what you're referring to anyway, and you can stop me at any time if it's not. I sand at the end after it's cured, and that's really all I have to do. I make sure I have paint on the borders because I know that some people really don't like. I just saw on one of my Etsy selling groups that someone had a customer that complained that one of the sides was missing like a little splotch of paint. So I'm very particular to be sure that I have all of that covered. So right here, you couldn't even see this part right here, this like vein thing going on in there. But once you put the epoxy on it or the resin on it, it turns out so beautifully and really pulls these colors back out. So when you're doing these dirty pours, acrylic paint dries very dull and it's very ugly and very boring and it's not as pretty as the day you poured it. But once you do your epoxy or resin, it'll just bring it right back. And so don't worry about how scary it looks once it's dry. And see, that's all metallic now. Yeah, Yanera, this art resin is FDA approved, just like the other epoxies. Once it's cured, it's got a curing process of, I believe, 72 hours. I think it's an extra day, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked at their information in a little bit. But what I have noticed is that it does take a little bit longer for the art resin to cure versus like Alumilite or FX or Promarine and Pearl FX, I think it is. It does take a little bit longer, and you can feel it. After a day, it is hard, but it's still, like, you can tell it's still soft-ish and needs extra time to cure before you have anything sitting on top of it, because it will leave, like, indentations in it, if that helps. Taylor, I got these pumps from Amazon. Just type in gallon pumps, I guess. They were really cheap. I don't remember how much they were, though. I just pulled up my past orders and reordered them because I have them in my Alumilite bottles, too. And a question that I get often is, can you use Alumilite on this if you don't have art resin at home and you don't want to buy it? The answer is yes. You can definitely use whatever epoxy you have available. It still does the same thing, just like on our cups. However, Alumilite yellows pretty obviously, and so if you're doing this on a painting that you would like to preserve the colors with, I wouldn't recommend doing Alumilite, but like Pearl FX, Promarine, those ones don't yellow as much from what I've heard from other people. But this one, Art Resin, I like because they have like a UV protectant so that it's an anti-yellowing agent in it. So that like they've already addressed the problem of yellowing for us. Ashley, this is acrylic paint. This is not done like how a tumbler is done. It's I have videos in this group of me doing dirty pours. If you type in the search thing like dirty pour, you'll find it there. It'll show you all of it. And then I also have a video on YouTube if you look up my name. And it's kind of a boring video because it's only factual, but it's my frequently asked questions video. And at the very end of it, it has 4 PowerPoint slides that I put together of different items that I use for this kind of dirty pour, what I like, what I don't like, where you can buy things, etc., etc. So, I mean, it's a very simple process, guys, to get these epoxied and stuff. This is by far my favorite part of all of it. It's so pretty right in here. It's like little islands popping through. So it's just as simple as that, guys, to do it on a flat surface versus a tumbler. A tumbler is a lot harder to do than a surface because this is self-leveling, and it kind of like creates itself. Sorry, I have you guys hanging again. That's why you're shaking. But anyway, it just kind of does its thing, and it finds the lower surface and goes to it just like water does in a valley or something. But I have a couple of pieces of glitter in here, and if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. I can stick around for a little bit to answer because this was a really quick video. Also, I'm going to use my heat tool, my heat gun, to pop some air bubbles in here. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, then I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so now I'm just looking for like specks of glitter that have made their way onto my painting. Because we all know glitter gets everywhere. I don't know if I got that piece or not. Jerry, I did a Tumblr live yesterday. And I actually said that people were saying that I was a traitor and that I've like crossed the bridge and I no longer do Tumblrs. But I do, like I get orders for Tumblrs all the time. I just don't do videos on them anymore. So I'm working on this one today. I worked on this one yesterday in my live. Like I showed how to do a striped cup. Try not to get glitter all over the place. And I'm going to epoxy this one today. I'm epoxying this tumbler today. This is for my niece. It's her softball tumbler. And a lot of people are asking the Mr. Nola's twin span. This is like the softball yellow that I'm really liking right now. I'm also working on like a gym shaker cup. I'm doing a lot. Holly. Oh my gosh. You know, I get a lot of like dog fur in these, and I get, since it is in the laundry room, it's naturally dusty in here. So I do get little dust specks, and I just use this little dental tool that I got at Harbor Freight. Like I got a whole pack of them, and I can just use it to like pull them out. And I'm doing that right now with glitter. Actually, like I can see a little speck of dust that already fell in it. But if you just sit here and watch it for a little bit, but ultimately, like, I haven't had any serious issues with, like, lint or dust or dirt or whatever falling in these, because I don't really see any in here. However, I can bet you that there was some lint or dirt on it. It's so funny that you find, like, chick feathers. My chicks are outside. I'm a mean chick mom, and they're outside with a heat lamp instead of inside. But they're okay. They're surviving. Okay, so if you guys haven't done a heat gun, I'm making all sorts of, like, loud noises in here. That is actually, that's a possibility, Holly, to put like a tote or something above it to keep anything from falling. I did used to do that, with the dog fur. And if Casey's watching, or if she watches later, she will tell you I shipped her a cup that she ordered, and, just recently, like in the last like couple weeks, she texted me and she's like, I just found a Duke fur in the cup that you sent me, and I was mortified. I was like, oh my god, like, this girl, I have to send her, like, I have to fix it. And she thought it was hilarious, and then she said, next cup you send me, I have to have another Duke fur in it. Yes, Yanera, I have a couple videos on here of me working on canvases if you just look up my name or something or other. And someone was asking where to buy art resin. That's in my frequently asked questions video on YouTube. Type in my name and it has all that information on there. But art resin in the US, as far as I'm aware, like in my general area, they don't sell it in stores. They only sell it online at artresin.com. That's the brand. Or in the UK, I was told the other day that art resin is in stores on shelves, but Alumilite is not. So I think it's cool that art resin is readily available at some stores, like overseas, because that makes it easier. Okay, so I'm putting this on the low setting. Nothing crazy. Like, I don't need it to, like, blow this everywhere. I just need to release some air bubbles to pop them. Get them out, because I don't want them in here. Yeah, Yanera, you want to use the top side, here, I'll show you. This is a really ugly painting, and that's why it's still here and not... Ooh, there's a dead bug stuck in it. But you do it on this side. This is one of my, like... It was really pretty when I poured it, and now it's not, so I'm probably going to throw it away. But you don't do it on this side. You do it on this side. Look at this bug that's collected in here. Do you see that thing? How gross is that? I think it's because my boyfriend, like, put it way up high. Okay, I found another piece of glitter. And Duke is here to say hi. He really loves you guys. Okay, so as you're doing this part, you can really, really see the air bubbles releasing from under here. There's a piece of pink glitter. Definitely don't want that. Do another piece of pink glitter. Okay, I see two. I almost couldn't get that out. Dana, I have not used vinyl as a stencil for a dirty pour yet. Okay. And I'm still getting air bubbles out. Like there's still another piece of glitter. I would use vinyl for a stencil, but I just haven't. Like, I haven't done anything like that before. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. And that looked really rude, by the way, like my facial expression. I didn't mean for that to sound rude. Okay. I guess I will pull out another one because you guys are asking good questions still. So I'm going to get another painting and I'll just start over in epoxy, especially because the beginning of this got cut off by my Wi-Fi, so I had to start over. I hate it when that happens. Ooh, there's another piece of glitter in here, a big piece of glitter. So this is just the wax paper that I got. I was showing it in my video yesterday, and I'm very pleased with it. At Costco, I bought like 1,000 sheets for about $11, and I'm using that to prep my workspace, and I like it so far, so I recommend that. And it's at Sam's Club too. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to be sure that that was good. So, pull down some more of this. I really wanted to get some cups spinning today, but I might have to put my turner somewhere else and go do that at a different part of the house. My boyfriend's gonna love it. Making messes everywhere. Okay, so for those of you guys who missed the beginning of this that got cut off, I'll show you the beginning of the process again, just so we're all on the same page. Now these, a question that I get often is, how do you deal with warping? Because the these do warp a lot. There's a lot of glitter on top of this painting. That really stresses me out. The day after I pour my painting, I move it to a flat surface. I let it dry for the first day on top of cups, just like I have this one that I just resined. I position it like that, but then of course it warps. So then the second day of drying and everything, I just put it on a flat surface and let it do its own thing. If that helps you guys. These pieces of glitter are like stuck in this paint. That's annoying. Okay, so I'm going to do a Louisiana this time. I did my Mardi Gras colors, and you can see how kind of dull it is, but you can see the metallics in it. So, ow, I just touched my heat thing. I'm sorry that I'm going to try to move this around so that you guys can get a better view of what's happening. So, again, I'm just prepping it by having it set on top of some cups so that it can drip off. And the bottom doesn't get stuck to anything. Just sliding over. Okay. Sorry, you guys are going to shake for a second while it evens out again. What was I going to say? If you want to be able to see this better, just slide the comments out of the way. I don't like that piece right there. There's like excess paint right here on the edge. And it's still wet on the bottom because I was having it laying flat. But that's okay, it'll dry while it's propped up like this. Okay, so again, when I'm measuring out, I have these pumps of my art resin. Let me get this out of the way. So I do 1 pump of resin, 1 pump of hardener, and it equals out to be about 2 ounces. Oh, thank you. I just like spit resin at my hand. And this is how much I use for my tumblers too. So if you guys are doing tumblers as well as this kind of stuff, I do the same amount of pumps for my tumblers and my paintings. Unless the paintings are larger, then I'll need more, but 2 ounces is good. Okay, can you guys see this okay? Just slide the comments out of the way so that you can see better. Let me get another popsicle stick and another glove. Hi, Kilo. Come here. Come on. Say hi. Oh, don't eat that. Hi, Duke. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, whatever. Duke was being camera shy today. This is really fun. It almost reminds me of Mardi Gras beads, which was the goal. I wanted it to look like Mardi Gras. So what I do like about art resin is there are no Vox. It's labeled on the bottles, no Vox. It's also BPA free, so when you do them on your cups, you know that you're getting a BPA free product. And then I do also really like that it's non-yellowing. I appreciate that a lot about it. But it does take longer to cure. A couple days is what I've come across. So, that's okay though. I think it's a good trade-up. So all you do is just mix it up, pour it on, nothing scary, nothing crazy. And immediately, this is just bringing the metallics right out and making it so beautiful, just like the day I poured it. And I will share that with you in just 1 second. I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm just getting all of the resin off of this epoxy, or of the popsicle stick that I can before I throw this away. Do you guys have any other questions for now? I'm gonna help this get out of the cup. I know everyone's at work right now and they're not able to watch live. I did a live yesterday of doing a striped cup, and I think that was the most viewers I had at one time, which was pretty cool. But I always do them during the work days in the middle of the day because this is just what I do. So let me show you how fun this is. Once you start getting that on there, it brings the metallics right out. Look how pretty. And then it's like dull where the art resin isn't. Crystal, I get these states at Walmart, and they're like $1.87. But they only sell your state in your state. And someone, Dana maybe, Dana, I think, I could be wrong, was just saying earlier that she's in Michigan and she went to several stores and they did not have the cutout. So just go on Walmart, they on the website, and order them. But also they don't have all 50 states, unfortunately. Dana, no, I don't. I haven't done vinyl sayings on these, but I have been asked to do that on a live video. On one that is already finished. So, I'm trying to think. Let me do that this week. I'll do that this week and cut out something to go on one of these or on a canvas or something, and I'll show you guys. I do have plans for one. You know what? I'll do that one. I have plans for one of my paintings. It was one of my very, very first pours. It was like the first day that I started pouring. And I want to put a funny saying on it. So I'll do that. Thank you, Jerry. See how pretty that is? Right when you put that resin on, it just like gives it a new heartbeat. Look at that purple. Watch. See how pretty? And it brings out some colors that you couldn't necessarily see before, which is cool. This is very metallic, and I like that about it. Yes, Leslie, I have a video on this group of how to prep your cup or prep your state or your canvas or whatever if you did use silicone in it. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the first time I ever used art resin, and I did a video on it to like show my thoughts and my I think that's the first time I ever used art resin, I think. So anyway, I did a video on it. Totally makes sense. Emily, these are like $1. I think this one was $1.87, but they vary by just a couple cents each state. Like they have different pricing for whatever reason. It could be just because some states are larger than others. Like the Tennessee ones are tiny, guys. I'll show you in just a minute. This is one of the larger states that they have. I'm sure they do it proportionately, like we do on the silhouette when we're doing designs, and things just naturally tend to be smaller than others just because they're like wider or longer. But I'll show you. Hold on. So I'm just finishing up, and this is all I do, guys, when I'm applying epoxy or resin. I just convince it to go towards the edges, and I do the same for my cups too. So people ask how I do my cups at the edges of them. Same thing. I just go straight over the edge like this, and I don't curve my finger over the edge. Duke wants to say hi. Cute. Sonia, I get these gloves. I just got them from Amazon. That's what the box looks like. I just typed in nitrile gloves and then ordered a size small. That's all. Okay, so I am pretty happy. I think I've gotten all of my edges done. What was I going to show you guys a second ago? Remind me. Oh, I was going to show you Tennessee. That's what it was. Oh, look, there's no epoxy right there. Look how pretty that gold is. So I bought a Virginia wood cutout years ago, like 3 years ago maybe at Walmart. So they've had them. They've always had them. It's not a new thing. But I recommend going on the Walmart website to order different states, or if you haven't found it in Walmart, or you just don't even want to bother with going into the store, just go ahead and order it. They're really cheap, and they're very popular. People really like them. Okay, now I think I have everything covered on here. So, I addressed this earlier, but I'll address it again since I started completely over with this one, that it's self-leveling and it will level itself out as long as it's on a flat surface. If it's on a surface that looks like it's flat, but it's not actually flat and it's like a little bit slanted, it'll all run off to one side. So be wary of that. Let me grab a Tennessee, and then I will go over this and pop some air bubbles. North Carolina is kind of thin too. Like this is North Carolina versus Tennessee. Or Louisiana, I'm sorry. See that? That size difference? There's New York, North Carolina. So I think they do it by width because it looks tiny compared to this. I think they could have blown it up a little bit more because it's so small. Christy, I do them on a turner. I currently have my turner like stored up there, but I just use my cuptisserie. That's all. So I've got all these states, like I've got a huge stack of them. Let me see, where are you? Usually it's really easy to find because it's so small. Here it is, I think. There it is. Okay, so look at Tennessee versus Louisiana. Like it's tiny. So I wish that they just blew them up a little bit so that we got bigger ones. Hey Dana, I have Lazy Susans are from IKEA. And all of that stuff is on my frequently asked questions videos, or if you watch my Louisiana video, or my Lazy Susan videos, they're on there too. All those questions. Okay. So now I'm just going to get some air bubbles out, heat it up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see the air bubbles. Let me see if you can see it happening. Maybe not. Sometimes you can see it better with the glare on it, but guess not. Ooh, there's 2 little spots right there that didn't get resin. You can never be too sure. Thank you, Heather. Does it say that it's sold out online? Maybe they'll cut more. I hope they cut more. Because I ordered mine online, but I guess that means that they're sold out for now online. Okay. So I think I got enough air bubbles out of it. I'm not seeing any more popping while I do this. So, if you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns on these, just watch some videos Check out, just copy and paste my name in YouTube. That might answer some of your questions. There's a lot of resources out there to help you. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.